princess. Multiple, like they do not get caught up on one, because the first thing you got to do, and you said it earlier, is learn women meaning us as a group, not one woman. When you're young like that, you're focused on learning one girl. You need to learn women in general, and you need that experience as a young man in order to value one woman when you get older.
Yeah.
You won't, when you don't have that space of like knowing the value in monogamy or setting certain relationships up where there's a clear understanding of what we're doing. You don't have that. The other thing is, if I'm just gonna be blunt, look the fuck around. The music teaches young women. We're not talking about a well put together mental woman like me. I'm saying just the average female in that same age category. The music says, fuck these niggas, get all you can get out of them, you the table, that nigga ain't shit if he ain't doing nothing for you. What the fuck can he buy you? Bitch, is he paying for something? He better pay for you and your friends. If he can't, he a fuck nigga. Girl, fuck that nigga. And if he don't do right, fuck his friend. The music is saying it's over and over and over and over. And every female artist popping is saying that. Every one of them. You can't name me one that's popping right now just in urban hip-hop that is not sending the message, niggas is not valuable. Fuck them. Get what you can get out of them. Bitch, I'm in Miami. I'm looking for my baby a new pappy. What's up? This is what we're being programmed. So, and you can't ignore that. Yeah. Like, regardless of one individual girl, you cannot ignore that the culture right now that's being fed to young girls is this. So I don't give a damn how much I kiss on you, love on this girl, be on FaceTime with her, take her on dates. You have to be honest that outside of me, she's being told otherwise.
Ooh, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Ruach Yahweh being the true powerful name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is. Yahweh Shai being the true name of His only begotten Son, which means people in this world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Ka meaning holy, Kodash meaning spirit. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops, regional heads, and elders who rule well, and salutations of much love. The rest of you, Sir Akim, pushing the word in truth and sincerity. This is the cleric Azar coming at you with another lesson. And I'm going to get right into it, coming through spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, you heard this lady, man. She ain't the smartest one in the bunch, but she's one of the smartest ones out there. She ain't no genius or anything, but she had a lot of good things to say. And a lot of women are kind of saying the same thing when it comes to this current cultural and heritage and music climate right now, especially when it comes to our women. And I think a lot of men too are waking up to the fact that, you know, you can see how the music attacked the Jake males, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s, right around the time of the crack epidemic. And when the gangster rap came to its fruition and everything was about, you know, killing each other. You know, actually, it really didn't. And let me just say that, because actually, when you look at the mid 80s, it was kind of an attack on the establishment. When you talk about like Public Enemy, and there was a lot of if you can research like the Native Tongues family and stuff like that. We actually had more positive music that was out in the mid 80s. It's just that when gangster rap came over, it just took over. You know, because it was first taught to us it was reality rap. Then Langston only it was gangster rap and so forth. And now the women, oh my God. Nowadays, it's gotten to the point, it started in the mid-90s, right around the time when I was in college, you know, with the music starting off with being a little rambunctious. I did a video also on my channel talking about HWA, because they tried to bring HWA out in the late 80s, early 90s, because they were going to fast track this whole movement, you know, and attack our women next, you know, attack the men first, attack the women next. And they, you know, you can just look at it even from outside the music, but I just want to stay on topic. But real quick, if you look at just how, you know, the government assistance programs that was implemented to make sure that the man stayed out of the house, so the Jake woman wouldn't have a man there to guide her and then guide the children in the house as well. And technically, I hate to say it, even if you're in a traditional household in Babylon the Great, aka America, you could be in a 2-parent household and the woman still wants to run the house. Me personally, I just can't visit a house where the woman's wearing the pants and she's telling the man what to do you? And, you talking to the man, all of a sudden the woman interrupts while you're talking to the man. It's something. I got somebody in my own family where I encounter that. And I can't stay in that house. I'm not going to give out any names, but my goodness, there's a lot of men just, I remember being a young kid and seeing those old cartoons and seeing some of the old black and white. So the woman running the man and the man running behind the woman saying, yes, dear. And, it's gotten bad. But she was really right about saying a lot of men need to take out the time when they're in their youth. You got to take out time to date multiple women. And I made the mistake of not doing that. I saw my father with one woman and, and my mother, and he was married and so forth. So I thought always like a one woman man. I never wanted to have multiple women because I never wanted to be able to, I don't think I felt as though I could remember, the little stuff like birthdays and their favorite colors and favorite foods and so forth. It's a lot to keep up with. Besides, women really take up a lot of time, especially when you're trying to get through school and you want to. Back then, I wanted to go to college, which I eventually did and got my degree and so forth. But, the knowledge of wisdom is foolishness to the Most High. They teach you about a high school sweetheart and a college sweetheart. So they actually kind of teach you monogamy. It's just that they don't teach you how it jacks you up because later on, this sex education doesn't teach you about menopause. So, I ain't learned about menopause until I was in my 40s. So, and then, hey, any youthful brothers out there who don't know what menopause is, you gotta look it up. Because when you do the math, and also look up the sexual marketplace and sexual marketplace graph. I might need to do a lesson on that as well. But she was saying, with the way it is with you got to see multiple women. You got to date multiple women, know different women. Look at King Solomon. He had all those women at the same time, and look how much he had learned, just from his experience with them. I got some scriptures here, but pretty soon, a lot of women are going to find out what was it all about and why they were being so belligerent and argumentative with their man, and trying to be in an authoritarian position over their man. It ultimately goes back to the curses. But when all hell breaks loose and Jacob's trouble sparks off, oh man. Let me get the scripture here. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. All right. I'm going to read the KJV, King James Version first, and I'm going to go into the NLT, which is the New Living Translation. It reads as such. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Now, let me get the New Living Translation because I don't believe I've ever read this before. It says, in that day, so few men will be left. And when it's saying few men, it's talking about the remnant of Israel, the elect men, not these Pookies and Ray Rays and Boob down the street that some of these women look up to and they get their inspiration from and get their philosophies from. No, it's going to be the elect men of the Lord, all right? The 144,000, and they're going to be scattered all throughout the world. So that's not a lot of men, all right? Let me read that again. In that day, so few men will be left. That's 7 women. That 7 is talking about completion, okay? I'm going to bring up that 7 again in a moment, all right? But in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. See that? Not just, oh, this is my man. No, they're going to be sharing. They're going to know that they need to share. Well, all right, so in that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Now, see that? Food and clothes. So apparently, there's going to be not that much food out there. And 2, ain't gonna be no shopping because we ain't taking you women shopping no more. We're not at the racks of clothes. We're not in the shoe stores anymore. I was done with that in my 20s, let alone in my early 30s. I tell women like, no, I'm not shopping with you. Okay, so they're gonna get their own. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name. That's marriage, and that's sex. Okay, not going down to the courthouse because ain't gonna be no courthouse open during Jacob's trouble. They're gonna be ransacked, probably burned to the ground. Okay, but only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. Okay. Oh, let me read that again. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. I just finished telling you about menopause. These women don't tell you. You got these younger men talking about MILFs and cougars and liking older women. It's like, man, dude, do you even know what menopause is, man? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like I said, it goes back to the curses. If you're not familiar with the curses, you got to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. I'm going to read the KJV and I'm going to go right into the NLT. And it reads as such: the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son. Wow. She's going to be evil toward her husband and her son, and toward her daughter. These are the curses of the disobedience. So you blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, which make up the true tribes of Israel, the lost tribes of Israel, the lost 12 tribes of Israel, I should say, this is the curses, okay? And when you go and you do a control find on that page, if you have Bible.com, in that particular chapter, you're going to find that destroyed comes up 7 times, just like in Isaiah 4:1. That's part of completion, okay? So you see why you wonder why your family structure is destroyed? Hey, read Deuteronomy chapter 28, specifically verse 56, but there's some other scriptures here. I'm just dealing with this particular topic with these women and the music, all right? Let's read the New Living Translation. The most tender and delicate woman among you, so delicate, she would not so much as touch the ground with her foot. And the reason why she wouldn't touch the ground was because she had people to carry her, She didn't have to walk around, She got people, she had, those little throne seats with the pole and the 4 men that's carrying and stuff. Like, that's how the women had it back in the day. That was pretty decent, right? Those days are gone. They're coming back, though. We'll be in the kingdom. And the people that are going to be holding those women up are going to be our slaves and our heathen, okay? And other heathen nations, I should say, okay? So it says, all right, so delicate she would not so much as touch the ground with her foot, will be selfish toward the husband she loves and toward her own son or daughter. Let me read that again. The most tender and delicate woman among you will be selfish toward the husband she loves and toward her own son and daughter. Oh, boy. It's really out there in your face, too, nowadays, too, how these women. I got another video coming up next that's going to shed some more light on that. But these women are totally foolish. They're quite ignorant. They don't have no idea what's about to happen. And they said the last couple of years have been really hard on these Jake women, specifically the Judite women or the so-called black women, all right? Because her economic education is at a negative. She doesn't know anything when it comes to finances. She doesn't know anything about investments. She doesn't know anything about real estate, stocks, bonds, or anything. I'm not saying that she really should be, but she tries to act like she's the boss chick. She tries to act like she owns stuff, and she may own a car with a car payment, and she may have a mortgage on a house that she doesn't even own. So it's just woman is something. But let me read Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. Proverbs 9:13 reads as such: a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. The New Living Translation reads as such: the woman named Folly is brash. She is ignorant and doesn't know it. Yeah, these women don't know anything, and they don't even know that they don't know anything. Oh, there's a line in the Third Base album, the first Third Base album. It goes something like, I don't know it was a sample, but it was the middle of the song. It goes, he is stupid, but he knows that he is stupid, so that almost makes him smart. Right? So but the woman's dumb because she's dumb and she doesn't know that she's dumb. So it's something. But the women, they got this saying. They say even the smartest man in the world couldn't outwit the dumbest woman in the world. And as I got older, that kind of makes sense. I mean, you got to look into that yourself. It depends on what kind of age group you are to kind of understand that. But I got some more stuff for you here. Yeah, she's staggering down a crooked trail. She doesn't have any plans for where she's going. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 6 brings it out even better. The KJV reads as such. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 6, and it reads as such: lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. And I'm going to just finish it off like this with the New Living Translation. For she cares nothing about the path to life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't realize it. So, you women are really about to go out to feel it. And a lot of women, I had a girl, a demon, take me out last night, and she was telling me about Sexy Red and about how she's setting, black women back like 20 years. It's like a lot of women do not like this shit. Like, wow, I remember back in the mid-90s, you couldn't be caught dead saying anything bad about Foxy Brown or Lil' Kim. These girls these girls wanted the double, I was about to say double album. They wanted the two girls to come together and do an EP or an album together, and they were so catty, they couldn't come together to do that, So, but hey, these women are about to learn, they're about to get in order. And I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be really nice to see these women in order. But first, hey, they have hell to pay. Okay, all right. So a lot of them are going to die on this side and be reborn in the kingdom as one of the children of the elect. And these women are going to come back fine, not fine, fine. Whew. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Well, I just wanted to share that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, who gives me the strength and the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.